Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing? This is Brandon Bird, man. I definitely wanted to get, get on here real quick. I really want to really put a little bit of backing to Yvette and MTX on Tariq. Now, I'm still going to be neutral with this entire whatever is going on, B versus splits, whatever it is. Still all distraction to me, still. I still identify with both terms. Um, So that's how I'm gonna just take it. But I am gonna put some clarity on it because I know people it was attacking Michi. Now, for Michi coming out with first, well, that's water in the bridge. Even though I wish she might would have maybe contacted him and maybe confronted him on that type of level before public. But it is what it is. Um, but she did have some receipts on. And also about Tommy and him being friends. I was on. I saw the video when it was first posted, and I used to be. I will do a confession. I will do a confession. I used to be a follower of Tommy Sotomayor as well. I mean, those years ago. It was like almost a decade ago. Um, But I used to follow Tommy, and I remember vividly following like feature calls whenever Tariq actually called into the show, and Tommy used to speak very favorable of him at that time. I didn't really know who Tariq was. I really didn't even. Um, I wasn't really following a black empowerment or black conscious or even the type of ideology I have now. Then I did not really have, but I still had a keen sense of historic uh, relevance in Black history. So, but yeah, they used to be very good friends. That's all true. And I remember when I did start following Tariq, he really did explain he didn't really explain the beef, but Tommy actually did. He said it was over money because I seen him. He actually had a live. Well, it wasn't live, but it was a video he did when he actually donated to Hidden Color, but from the feud they had over a business dispute that was supposed to be an investment deal uh, I think Tommy and Tariq were supposed to go into, fell through, and that's where the feud kind of jumped in. So it was not about Tommy being off code or having a hatred for black women. It was more about money and business. That's how the feud started. It wasn't over black women or anti-being black women or anti-black people or whatever. But the Tariq also talked about going into his house and actually kicking with him. So yeah, he make fun of how his house was and everything else. That lets you know how egotistic he is. Uh, he will talk about you. You know what I'm saying? If you fall out, he will come back and bring everything up he kind of knows of you should be on a private, personal level and bring that up to the public ridicule. So yeah, he's definitely known for that as well. Uh, but the vet and Tone, they maybe Vet did more than one in a way videos of Tariq, while Tone Talk really just did that one, and that was to clarify that the ADOS is not a Trump supporter, and he kind of left that be. Now, like I said, Vet and him, there's always been a strife of some type of resentment with each other. Because also too, like I said, some of it was over the Frances Krause's criticism that she had with her, and also with Malcolm X that she also had. That was revered by Tariq. So Tariq never had, and plus the connections and relationship of Dr. Claude Anderson also. There was a certain type of intensity there, and that as I was a follower of Tariq, I seen. So that's why I kind of knew it was gonna be more videos from Yvette than from Tariq. It was going to be more visceral, going towards Yvette more than tone top from Tariq. So, just from that, what I knew back in the day of being his follower. But yeah, the thing that really definitely was a surprise was basically just the video when she came out with the video on Twitter of that, and that damaged it. I can't recall the video because I don't think I was present at that time to really see the video, but I do. But watching the video was quite damaging. It was very damaging. It wasn't good at all. I mean, it was very anti-reparation, very anti-black women. It was bad. He basically said black people should not deserve to get cash payments because we don't know how to spend it. He talked about black women, if they're single, not married, they shouldn't even get reparation, period, because they're women. And he blamed them for the failure of the community. I mean, let me say this: it goes both ways. It goes some black men also had to take part in that. Black women wasn't the total sole reason of the failure of the black community. So I can't co-sign that. But it was damaging. It was damaging for me because I was basically going to remain neutral when I saw the video. Still, I'm going to remain neutral because the reason is these are not our leaders. They are spoke people. They are spokesperson. They're spoke people of the movement, but they're not the leaders of the movement. Like Jason Black said, Professor Black Truth said, everybody is a Jason Black. Everybody is a Professor Truth. This is an organic, grassroots movement. But this movement is just part of a long-standing movement of black empowerment. So we should, I understand, I can't take either side, because you taking either side, it means you are designating them as the leader. I don't designate no one as the leader. Big Brandon Berg is the leader, like you are the leader. Whatever you're doing to advocate for black empowerment, you are a leader in your own right. If it's in social media or it's in the real world, if you're advocating for black empowerment, then you are a leader in your own right. The only movement I'm rocking with is the reparation movement, because I want the bag. Like I said in the last video, it's all about the bag. I mean, it's all about money. Even Tariq, I know Tone Target Vet said they're not interested in making money. I will call somewhat BS on that. They need to survive, so they got to do something to make money. They get donations, they receive donations, they Tone Talk got a little radio stat with Dash Radio with my man Ro. So believe me, dog, they make a little bit of money speaking somewhat black empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Black empowerment is not just an ideology, and not just a way of living and a way of being and a state of being, and also a cultural sense and a pride, and also of a collective identity, and also relation. It's also an avenue to make money in. You can make money in black empowerment. I'm being very real in this. I mean, we live in a capitalist society. We live in capitalism. Capitalism is almost a purely business-driven society. Now, the dark past of capitalism come from slavery. So, and most capitalist society come from a slave society. So, let's not get this twisted. With the society we in, its origin theory, its origin relativity point is a slave society. So let's actually come to agreement on that. Like I said, I have no problem with the vet coming with that video. That video will have to be addressed. I think that video kind of tempered Tariq's down a little bit, because Tariq come with a lot of floods of accusations of ADOS. Even though he's trying to say, even though in his video he said ADOS is an identity, it's not really a group or a thing, it's an identity. I'm ADOS, so I'm not a group, I'm an individual, but as a collective, you are a group, but you're not an organization. FBA can be coined as an identity as well. Like I said, black people never had a true designated term to themselves. I mean, African American, but nobody in the black Americans say African American. Nobody. I never say African American. I know to identify myself as black or black American. It's like others will identify themselves as being American black, black American, or just black them also. So that term is very universally, mostly universal options there. There's no designated term. So, like I said in the last video, like I'm saying now, there's no leader. I don't represent no leader. The only leader is me, is black empowerment, reparation. And myself, I am the leader. So I will listen and take certain points for certain groups and sides, but I would not follow them so hardly. Because when you do that, then you are in your mind designating them to be the leader, and that should not be the case. So that's really what it is. This is really a leaderless organization movement. This is a movement that's going for reparation no matter what. There's always been distraction from slavery all the way to civil rights to now. So the distractions and people coming sideways or all different angles, and it's not going to change, because it's been going on since the first slave rebellion in America. So this is never going to stop, and it will continue to keep going. And we just going to have to keep going as well. And this is what it is. I'll get with you guys real soon, all right? One.